Okay, so once again, let me start the session by welcoming everyone to the Shopmatic webinar session. This is a joint webinar, a masterclass series that we are running with the PayU team, one of our preferred partners for offering payment solutions for e-commerce store owners who are using our platform solution to run their online business. So we are very excited to have two fantastic speakers. Let me do a short round of introduction of Swaroop and Roshan, who are looking after the product side. They are directors on the product for the PayU team. Very quick introduction on Roshan. So he will be covering, he has some experience as a management consultant with Boston Consultancy Group, very prestigious, and has advised clients across various industries ranging from retail and technology, and I'm sure he'll be able to bring forth a lot of that experience into our conversations today. And along with him is Swaroop. Swaroop has some deep experience in fintech domain and has product experience on specific sort of like lines like checkouts, wallets, offers, international payments, as well as cards. And he also looks after some core payment stack at PayU that is responsible for almost up to 95% of the total transaction volume. So once again, that's very, very valuable experience that Swaroop has as well, which we can actually leverage on in our conversations today. So without much further ado, I'd like to hand the conversation to Swaroop and Roshan to take forward. Like I mentioned earlier, if you have any queries, please raise them on the Q&A, and we will take all of the questions at the end of the session. So thank you so much, Roshan and Swaroop. It's over to you.
Thanks, Uma, for the introduction. Thanks to Shopmatic team for setting up this session, and thanks everyone for joining in. I hope I'm audible. Uma, let me know if there are any issues.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay. So let me just share my screen so that we can start away with the presentation. Uma, I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, your screen is visible now. You can start now. Yeah.
Sure. So today, Swaroop and I are going to talk primarily about how digital payment solutions can, help scale your business. So we'll structure the presentation today around two aspects. One is around why digital payment acceptance is relevant, for a small business. How do you enable it in the most seamless fashion? And then what are the kind of trends happening in the digital payment landscape today, and what are the things you should be aware of and, would be relevant for you to act upon. And in the second half, we'll also talk about a few solutions on the payment side, which can actually enable you to grow your business. So apart from payments being a means to just, complete your order, how can you deploy the right payment solution so that it can enable your growth and also help you manage your business while you scale up? So we'll cover 2-3 of the relevant payment solutions in the second half of the presentation. So to start off with the whole digital payment landscape itself, like I said, we'll cover these pointers in this section. So I think all of you must be aware of this, and the fact is that there's a great digital transformation happening in India, powered by, the proliferation of internet and smartphones, and India is, soon slated to become the largest digital, population in the world, right? And this is touching payment space also, where, a large volume of digital payment transactions are happening. The entire population is getting more and more comfortable with digital payment methods. And it's all moving in a direction where it's, predicted that in another 3-4 years, digital payment transactions will overtake, cash payments, right? In this, and this is the backdrop of why this conversation is relevant for this group also, right? And something which has accelerated this whole trend, and especially for online retail, is what's happening post-COVID. And if you can see from the chart shown here itself, online shopping and video chat are two segments that has suddenly seen a very strong uptick post-COVID, and a lot of consumer surveys done by different agencies worldwide indicate that some of it is going to stick. So consumers having tried online shopping, a lot of them for the first time during COVID, has sort of gotten used to it and is calling out that very likely they're going to stick to that. So from this perspective, it's actually the right time and a great time to, do a business online and capture the relevant, consumer segment. Now, while you can have an online business, we just want to touch upon why digital payment acceptance is highly critical, while running an online business, right? And these are certain snippets based on external research, our own experience in PayU, and experience outside of PayU as well. So all said and done, like while cash on delivery has fueled the growth of e-commerce in the country over the last 10 years, the fact is that it's not really sustainable. Data indicates that consistently among the same set of customers also, a cash transaction can lead to 5 to 6 times higher cancellation rates than online modes of payments. And the primary driver behind this is also linked to the second point, which you can see in the slide, where with all the proliferation of e-commerce, what's happening is that e-commerce is technically a lower effort for customers compared to, all the time they have to invest in visiting a shop, exploring things, etc. Which means the intent of the customers to complete a transaction or stick to a transaction is also way lower in e-commerce than, a regular offline retail. Which means all the data we've seen in PayU and otherwise indicates that almost 70% cases, any single reason or a single friction point in the journey, it can be a page not loading properly, it can be 2 more form fields that is coming in the checkouts page, etc. Any reason which results in a customer dropping off, 70% of cases, they may not even come back to complete the purchase because the intent is, the mental investment is not as high compared to visiting an offline store and completing a purchase. And the cash on delivery point is also a similar one, where the reality of the matter is that unless the goods reach the customer, the purchase is not completed, which means for a cash on delivery order, a customer, it's very easy for a customer to change their mind till the time the order is delivered, right? These 2 pointers sort of, stress upon the importance of seamless digital payment acceptance, where it's not just about having an option to accept digital payments, but also about making sure that experience is as smooth as possible so that a customer can complete their purchase in one go. And at the moment a transaction is done during a digital method like a card or UPI or whatever, it's highly likely that the customer will stick to that order, and then that likelihood is of the order of 5 to 6 times compared to a COD order. And that's about the basics of why digital payment acceptance is important. What we've seen from data also is that it's also a great driver of retention and repeat payments. Customers with a clean and simple online payment experience is proven to be likely to be coming back to your platform at least 15 to 20% higher than somebody who's sticking to a cash on delivery payment method, right? So all this points to why digital payment acceptance is highly critical, and not just simply digital payment acceptance, one with the smoothest possible experience for driving growth and retention of customers, right? And then one point which I haven't mentioned in this slide is purely around reconciliation and order management as you scale a business as well, because the benefit of digital payment is that everything is done online, everything is tracked online, and all the interactions would have a reference number also, either available with PayU or the bank, so that in case of any confusion, right, your reconciliation of orders, etc., would be much more hassle-free than having to collect cash and keep track of it. And then as a business scales, right, you'll see that this becomes a huge operational challenge, which typically is minimized a lot with digital payment acceptance, right? So that's about why digital payment acceptance is critical for a small business. And this is a slide which gives you some insight around what's really happening in the space today, so that you can take it back and understand what are the payment methods which you should invest in, which are important, which are likely to be there with the customers who are coming to your site, right? So the Indian digital payment landscape is characterized by a few dominant payment methods. I mean, debit cards and credit cards, cards in general take up most of the transactions happening, and hence it's important that you have a stable enough way to collect payments from credit and debit cards, because all said and done, they still cover 70% transactions in the market. But at the same time, new payment methods like UPI and buy now pay later kind of solutions are growing fast and are becoming particularly relevant for low ticket size transactions. So these are some of the payment methods you should be aware of, and something which you typically should ensure is available for customers, because what's happening is that this landscape is changing fast, and in another few years time the graph may almost look like UPI and pay later kind of solutions are taking up most of the volume compared to cards. And all these are supported by a lot of changes in the ecosystem also, where the regulators are actually offering lower fees on certain digital payment methods. UPI and QR onboarding is fast tracked by NPCI, and with COVID coming into the picture, people are thinking more around delayed payment methods like pay laters and EMIs. EMIs more for higher ticket size and pay laters for your lower ticket size. And anything which enables you to do contactless payments, and especially link-based payments, is suddenly taking a lot of interest in the market because of people's motivation to not having a contact-based interaction with a delivery agent or otherwise in the store, right? So, and just specifically touching upon a bit around UPI also. UPI is like, we could easily say this is one of the most important payment methods that has emerged in the country. This has fueled the digital revolution in a way. It's the fastest growing payment method. It's soon going to become the most adopted payment method across the population. And the fact is that it's much more simple to do compared to a regular card transaction, and hence a lot of the newcomers in the digital payment ecosystem, especially from your smaller towns, etc., are very likely to come on board UPI before they start using a debit card or a credit card for accepting online payments. So this is just a broad overview of what's really happening in the ecosystem, why digital payment acceptance is important both for scaling your business as well as sustaining your business, especially for small businesses. Now Swaroop will take over to talk about what are the kind of solutions PayU offer in the space, and how PayU can help you along with Shopmatic in sort of enabling seamless digital payment acceptance. So over to you, Swaroop.
Thanks, Roshan. Good afternoon, everybody. Excited to be part of this webinar. Roshan, if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as Roshan has already explained around the importance of digital acceptance, right? Now let's look at slightly more in detail, right? What does that mean, right? And how an ideal digital payment acceptance looks like, right? So 6 principles, right? One is obviously an omni-channel payment solution, right? So when we call it as omni-channel, right? What it is about is to provide a very consistent payment experience, be it a desktop, be it a mobile web, right? Not only that, it is also around having a similar branding, similar checkout experiences, and providing a familiar payment methods, right? So when basically you use this Shopmatic experience, and then when you will integrate the payment solutions, right, it is super critical that whatever is and wherever is the customer, he is getting that consistent payment experience, right? You have seen in the last slide the most popular online payment acceptance methods are still cards, right? So debit cards and credit cards needs to be super critical when it comes to the digital adoption. And even in debit card and credit cards, like there are multiple schemes which are today supported, like there is Visa, MasterCard, there is American Express, there is Diners, there is RuPay, right? So all sort of these card schemes needs to be supported. right? And not only that, right? Cards also support multiple other features like international acceptance, right? So when it comes to card processing, uh, all these angles plays a very important role on the payment solutions provided. It makes it very super simple to basically validate those cards, enter their card details, and ensure that there is a higher conversion rates, right? uh, After card payments, the second most popular payment method is still net banking, right? So there are around 60 odd banks where people are very familiar to redirect it to bank pages, enter their username, password, and complete the transaction on the online login portals, right? So with one simple implementation, right? And by asking customers to just use a drop down, around 60 plus banks are supported. And I just wanted to take a minute on this, right? So today, if you look at the stats, right, we have around 80 million to 90 million credit card customers, but around 800 millions debit card account holders. So similarly, this is the number which represents that these many account holders are also having their net banking account, right? So it is imperative to support that. The experience is over the time. The experience is also optimized, right? Because if you look at the early days, the net banking acceptance is all about uh, going from one screen to another screen, entering multiple uh, steps of credentials. But now, at least for the top banks, it has been pretty much optimized, right? If you look at the distribution, SBI, HDFC, ICICI, Axis Bank, and Kotak Bank, these banks cover maximum net banking volume. The remaining is obviously distributed into banks like Punjab National Bank, Bank of Baroda, Andhra Bank, IDFC Bank, right? UPI. So UPI has been a success story from 2016, the day it has launched, and trust me, it has been uh, sophisticated to a degree now where even there are very high conversion rates with UPI solutions. UPI is very popular when it comes to an offline payments, but now we are also seeing an uptick in online payment collections, right? So the when it comes to this checkout experiences of UPI, people basically try to map this UPI as a payment method mostly to the PSP apps, right? So even if you look at the design experiences, we always try to basically highlight Google Pay, Phone Pay, Paytm, and Beams of the world, right? Um, Rather than simply asking customer to enter his VPA handle, because which is what is usually required in accepting the UPI payments, right? Very popular in small ticket size today, uh, and works across all the bank accounts, right? Give a very greater flexibility because you complete the transaction with a PSP app, right? Uh, then comes wallets, right? Paytm is the largest player in wallets. All of us understands that very well. But apart from Paytm, right, there are multiple other wallet partners which are today supported. So this gives a very good opportunity for customer retention and also for promotions, right? So after Paytm, like we can see that Phone Pay and Amazon Pay, even nowadays Airtel payment. So they keep on pushing customers to have some balance in their wallet. And once you have a sufficient balance, then this is super simple, right? Not much network hops comes into the picture while accepting accepting this payment options. And the last one is as a consolidated view of the dashboard, right? So all these payment options, accepting this is one way, but showing it in a consolidated dashboard is a super critical thing. So these are the 6 themes I would say. Roshan, can you move on? Okay. So how can you basically activate this? Simple. You have this Shopmatic portal, and you can go to the setup payment section, and you will find PayU there. Just by clicking on a button, you can activate it. And there are, if you are an existing PayU user, then it's much simpler. Just enter your credentials there, and you can activate this. Yeah, Roshan. Cool. So a couple of case studies I would like to highlight here is one such is Grabon, right? You all know Grabon. Grabon is therefore where you can go and have all sorts of coupons, right? So they have this issue of broken payment experiences, right? And a lot of drops, right? On onboarding on this checkout page, which covers all these payment methods, and they are highly optimized for the desktop and mobile views, right? They are seeing some jump in their orders, right? And also it was much easier for them to manage their entire business from a single dashboard point of view. There is one party to manage their end-to-end payment experience from collecting the payments till the settlement. Roshan, next. Yeah, another such example I would like to call is Nursery Life, right? So again, they started with a small transaction number, right? And then by adopting all these different payment methods, right? Basically, they allowed, they increased the breadth of the customer which are coming to their platform, and now you can see their businesses increased significantly, right? Because more than 100 plus payment options are now activated if you calculate all the payment methods which I have spoken about, right? Which just gives you a lot of customer coverage. Yeah, one thing we should always remember in India, at least in accepting payment, is right, there is not a very single payment method which is usually a winner, right? So you have to keep supporting all these payment methods. Yeah. Prashant, let's move on. Okay, so in next few slides, right, what I would like to cover is a couple of payment solutions, right, which are basically super critical on accepting payments. So one side of digital acceptance is obviously about supporting all these payment methods, right, and we've seen their importance. But now there are a couple of ways also, right, while collecting those, right? So one is obviously about the payment links, or I would say conversational commerce, right? Roshan? Yeah. We can skip this. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, next one. Thanks. Yeah. So one way of accepting payments is obviously you have your own website, right? Or you have your hosted pages from the Shopmatic, and their customer will come, select the order, and then choose whatever payment instrument he would like to offer, and then he will proceed further with the payment option. But there is also a very asynchronous kind of a way where you can reach out to your customer by simply collecting a link, right? And this is where you create a link of your product, share it across all the social media channels, WhatsApp, right? You can send it via email and SMSs, and which will open the payment page, right? And then customer can basically complete the payment by entering all those digital from his mobile app or mobile browser, right? So you this actually will enable you to reach out to customers rather than they coming to your website, right? And it's a very efficient way of collecting payments with PayU. Roshan, if you can move on. Yeah. So yeah, just if you want to use this feature on Shopmatic, you can go to your dashboard, and then there is a section called Create Instant Order, right? Which will help you to choose the payment link option, and you can leverage this. I would like to cover the advantages of this, right? So on your PayU's dashboard, right, you can have an option to basically create these as a single links, right? Or you can use our dashboard to send this as a bulk invoice also, right? So you have repeat users, right? And if you want to send them monthly links, you can do that very easily by simply uploading a file, right? Also, when you send these links, there is a real-time tracking which happens where how many people have clicked this link, how many people have proceeded with the payment, how many are successful, how many have dropped, right? Which helps you to basically reach to those customers again, send them reminders, and also allow you to schedule these payments for the future subsequent transactions, right? So if you are a business who has a repeat payments use cases, right, then this is the solution which you should be looking forward for. Let's move on, Roshan. Yeah, let's move on. This so second part I would like to cover is subscriptions, right? So everybody of us are pretty much aware of subscriptions when we are using Netflix, Hotstar, Amazon Prime, right? Now, post COVID, we are seeing a significant jump in this space, right? And basically, businesses are coming and trying to come up with a subscription models where everything is now getting kind of converted into software as a service kind of a model, right? So people are using this as a great retention tool, right? And the advantage of this is, right, you can have multiple business models, right? Because you can basically offer to your premium customers a model where if he is there to stay with your service for a longer time, you can have a different price ranges, and it will always create a hook for keeping your customer with you. So we support a very sophisticated and comprehensive subscription suite, right? I'll explain you what it is in the next slide. So it always follows 4 simple steps, right? On your checkout pages or on your payment platform, you collect the payment instrument from the customer, right? And basically you offer the subscription plan, right? Just an example, 100 rupees per month, right? For the next 1 year, right? Customer comes, he chooses the plan and completes the registration process by completing the first transaction either as a free trial or by paying the first installment, right? Once this transaction is successful, the subscription is automatically created for this customer. Now from next time onwards, you don't need to do anything, right? Every month, this consumer will be deducted for 100 rupees and you will get the payment on the T+1 day. Also, you will see these transactions in your dashboard. And if some of you are implementing this real-time statuses, then you will also able to capture the real-time statuses of these transactions. So a lot of people are right now also using this for in cases where customers not having upfront money to pay, say high ticket size or item, allowing customer to divide it into say 12 months or 18 months kind of a plan by using this tool. Roshan, if you can move on to the next slide. Yeah. Variety of payment instruments are supported with this. Not all. Credit cards, 100% credit cards are supported for subscriptions. Around 40% of the debit cards are supported for subscription businesses today. 35 banks are supported, right, which also covers 80% of the customer volume, right? Then there is a buy now pay later, which is a lazy pay, which also supports if you are a pre-approved customer. And UPI, which has been recently launched. Last week there is an announcement and it is currently getting ready. So this is going to drive a lot of changes in the ecosystem because UPI is now a success story, and a subscription support on UPI will take it to the new heights. Okay. Moving on. Yeah. So we talked about these two payment methods, I would say, which kind of comprises of customer retentions and accepting the payments easily. I'll hand it over to Roshan now to talk about the another aspect of payments, which is more about a B2B side of it, right? Rather than a B2C. Roshan, over to you.
Thanks, sir. So like Sarup said, so far we've been speaking on how to bring in efficiencies on collecting payments from customers. But an often ignored aspect, especially in the early stages, is around how do you bring in efficiencies in moving money out, right? So if you look at this, in a normal scenario, when you start handling payouts manually, right, at a very small scale, it might work. But the moment you start hitting, bigger revenues, a lot of challenges come in when you try to handle, payments out to your vendors, suppliers, employees, etc. manually. I mean, it's error prone and it's cumbersome to do it manually. You'll often encounter challenges in reconciliation where, even if one payment is missing here or there, it becomes difficult to, manage the numbers for your business, right? There's a huge dependency on banks, and especially if you're trying to use digital payment methods to do payouts other than cash or check. And it's a common thing of, scenario of having a lot of settlement delays as well, right? And some of the research indicates that, in the small and medium business space, it may take, an average of 90 plus days for vendor payments to happen, right? So and the fact of the matter is, it becomes a reality for both your vendors and for you also, where you may also have, payments pending from, multiple other sources. And this, inefficiencies in doing payouts is adding to a lot of cash crunch within the ecosystem, right? And this is again an area where a lot of evolution is happening currently, where players like PayU are building solutions and making, your payouts also seamless, similar to how the whole pay-in part of money, accepting money, is also being made seamless, right? So, how it works is, if you're onboarded on PayU as a merchant, I mean, you'll have the facility to opt into using the payouts also. So instead of, handling your payments, payouts using checks or direct transfers via banks, etc., what can happen is you can instead use a unified dashboard from PayU, where you first load money into a virtual account from which you can make payouts, and then using that, manage it directly from the dashboard by either uploading bulk Excel files or doing individual transfers from the dashboard itself for all your beneficiaries. And then it becomes very easy to manage beneficiaries also. You don't have to keep track of whose account detail is what, etc. You have to just key in once, and then you can do transfers to the preferred payment method of your beneficiaries also, be it UPI, be it IMPS, rather than relying on only certain payment methods for sending money out. And from a use case perspective, there are multiple scenarios in which capabilities like this can be used. It can be used for doing all the settlement with any of your vendors, as and when the orders are delivered. It's a great way to offer refunds to customers, especially on cash on delivery orders, where in case there is a need to do a refund, you can easily use these kind of capabilities to collect the bank account details of the customer and give the refund. For example, then point number 5, which you see here, which is called Smart Send, is nothing but a reverse of the payment link and conversational commerce solution Saurav was talking about, where even if you have to pay somebody money, you can just send them a link out, ask them to fill in their bank account details in that link, and that information automatically flows back in and the payments can be made, right? And similarly, if there are payments to be made to your delivery agents, temporary employees, etc., where you might have to make payments based on the deliveries they do or other activities they do on a need basis. These kind of solutions, really help you scale rather than having to manually handle all of those and resulting in, dissatisfaction on both ends, right? So payout is again a very evolving area where a lot of efficiencies, especially for small and medium businesses, are getting captured. by automating a lot of these steps, which is typically otherwise highly manual and error prone. That pretty much covers all the topics Surup and I had to talk about. And we want to, end the presentation with before taking the Q&A, we want to end this presentation with this note that, as you can see, there's a great digital shift happening in India. It's there in shopping and it's there in payments as well, right? And then post-COVID, it's become very clear that this is the right opportunity to shift to a online mode of business, because all the shoppers are shifting to, and everyone is now sensitized on the need for digital payments, need for contactless payments, etc. Right? And hence we want to just leave with this note that providing a smooth digital shopping experience is very critical right now, not just to grow your customers, but also to retain your customers right from day one. Thank you, and handing it over to you, Uma, for Q&A.